Okay, we're live on Instagram, we're also live on YouTube. Let me know if you can hear me on YouTube and if you can see me on Instagram. We're talking about Asperger's Traits, Asperger's Checklist. I'm going to go throwing up some Asperger's Checklist in an order, basically. Let me just sort this camera angle up, man. This is so dope. Let's do this. Cool. So, the hair's super long, guys. You can see it poking out the back because it's super long. Okay, so let me know if you can hear me okay. Give me a thumbs up in the chat box. Welcome to today's video. Today we are talking about Asperger's traits and Asperger's symptoms in a checklist. So we'll go through a little bit of a checklist. And I thought this one would be handy for anybody wanting to know kind of like the general traits and characteristics of people with Asperger's syndrome. This does apply to anybody like high-functioning autism, etc., etc. So without further ado, if you're new around here and you want to learn more about autism and Asperger's, remember to hit that subscribe button because I do weekly videos and weekly live streams on this content. I have Asperger's syndrome myself, so let's get started. How is everybody doing? We're going to be reading some comments out as well in this live stream, as well as reading some comments from Instagram. So lovely to have everybody here from Instagram too. You guys are amazing. Little Fox Tickles. Hey, how's it going? Autistic Daggy. Season's greeting from London. How's it going, Rebecca? Hey Dan, are you going to grow your hair out so long? I'm growing my hair out, yeah. I don't know how long I'll get it yet. It's super long right now, but I normally just tie it back in like a bobble and keep it back. But yeah, I'm not sure how long I want it yet, but I don't know. We'll get there. Hey, how's it going? Just waiting for everyone to get in here right now. Just to let you know, guys, I'm not drinking green tea at the moment. I'm so tired because I'm missing out on a lot of sleep. I'm actually drinking an organic cola, which is made with agave syrup and not sugar, and it also contains no caffeine, and it's super good. Because Coca-Cola is just nasty, man. It has loads of nasties in it. It's like GMO to high hell, and like, you know me, and I'm like a health freak, so I want to have some healthy soda pop. So yeah. Whew. Totally awesome. Okay. Hi, I'm autistic and I've been suffering with depression. What are your thoughts? Depression is a really bad one because I could get into like little ruts, but it's more like waves. So depression comes like this, and then your mood dips down, but then you will go back up. So just stay strong, hang in there, and you will come out of it. You will. You'll come out the other end. Honestly, it's guaranteed. Can I say something, Dan? I have a friend who processing of creating an autistic awareness channel. I'm helping her go through it because she has an autistic daughter who is 5. Cool. Do you have any advice when it comes to me helping her? Just show the tricks that you know, Daggy, from YouTube. Okay, guys. I am typing hold up. Okay, good to have everybody here. See everybody's smiling faces and all that jazz. Okay, so like I said, it's 18th of December, guys. Vlogmas has been going strong. I'm filming a Vlogmas today on my G7X, which is pretty awesome. You guys have been amazing. Good response to the videos. The people who won the headphones will be emailed tomorrow sometime when I wake up. And yeah, it's super, super good. So let's talk about Asperger's traits from my Asperger's checklist, because I feel like this is something that a lot of people are searching for to find out if they align with these specific characteristics and if they have these specific traits. So we'll go through all of these right now and see what's what. We are in the process of getting a diagnosis for my 3-year-old daughter at the moment, and myself too. Been watching your videos. Hey, in life, that is awesome. Thank you so much for the shout out there. I'm hopefully my videos are helping. I did a video series on getting a diagnosis, so if you're if you still want to kind of like learn a bit more about what happens during the process, there's a playlist on my channel called How to Get an Asperger's Diagnosis, and I highly recommend you check that out if not already, because there's some stuff you can download like PDFs and things like that. Okay, so number one we're going to talk about is eye contact. Now this is super, super big, okay, and this is a huge giveaway. I would say it's kind of like the number one, you know, to look out for, and it's a number one characteristic, right? So anybody here who's watching who has autism, you'll know that if you have issues with eye contact, then you'll know the people with issues with eye contact, because it's an Asperger's kind of like staple. To me, eye contact is super difficult. It's super overwhelming. It's like reaching into somebody's soul and looking right into their eyes. It's weird. It's just weird, right? So give this video a thumbs up if you have issues with eye contact. Now, in terms of why this is an issue, I feel like people with Asperger's syndrome can hyper focus on things with their eyes. So when you're looking at somebody's eyes, you're hyper focusing through that person, and it becomes this social connection, which also have issues with social skills, but we'll go into that in a minute. And so it causes all these kind of weird issues where you don't want to make eye contact. You can't really make eye contact, and eye contact is difficult when you do make it. Now, there are certain hacks that I use when I try and look at people. I'll look at like their cheek or the top of their head or the tip of their nose. This gives the impression that you are looking at them without having to be too kind of like weird or distracting, but a lot of the time I have to break that kind of connection and look away because I can't look at people's eyes. So difficulty with eye contact is a huge number one trait of people with Asperger's syndrome, and autism in general. I would say this as well. Most of the people I know with autism have this issue with eye contact. It's something you can work at. I know that a lot of the females in the masking side of things will learn to compensate and overcome that and force themselves to look at somebody in the eyes and force themselves to make eye contact, because again, this is masking, and this is very, very common with females on the spectrum. And when they do the masking, they're trying to, I don't know, they're trying to own that social situation, so they actually make eye contact. But yeah, it's difficult for me. It's difficult for a lot of people. I've been told by people. I'm just taking a question here. Where are we? I've been told that people I don't have Asperger's because I train myself to look at the corner of the eye and the nose and make eye contact, but it makes me train myself. This is exactly what I was talking about. Hi Dan, I have a question. Alex Watts blog can ask me a question, as long as it doesn't disrupt the live stream flow too much. Ask away. Okay. Is social norm that people would expect eye contact from someone? Eye contact. Yeah, okay, look, the social convention is eye contact with somebody. Apparently this is what the social norm is, that you make eye contact with somebody because when you talk to them, you kind of like just, I don't know, you make that connection, apparently. Exactly. I look at your hat. It stressed me out when you didn't have one. My hat is actually the new merch line, which is Keep Being Awesome, which is available right now from the aspieworld.com. You can go there now and buy yourself one of these hats. And I forgot to mention that it's got this kind of like camouflage pattern here as well, which is exactly like the hat that I wear just all the time, which is super, super awesome. Look at my hair, guys. Look how crazy this is. I feel like a mad scientist. My hair is kind of like all over the place. It's super long right now, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Am I going to grow it out or not? I don't know. But again, do you know what? I know a lot of people who have Asperger's syndrome who don't like cutting their hair, and the parents have to cut their hair in their sleep. So yeah, this is very, very much apparent. So the hat is going back on for now until I realise what I'm going to do with my hair. There we go. Hat's back on. Everybody's happy. We're living this, rocking it. If you want to get this hat, the link in the description below. I'll buy the hat next week. Liam, that's awesome. Hey now, thank you very much for your videos. Have been very helpful and good, and have a good Christmas. Thank you so much for that. Have a good Christmas too. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me and that I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I think they were looking kind of dumb with a finger and a thumb in the shape of an L on the forehead, to be honest with you. If that's just me speaking, really. I used to have my parents order for me because when I went to go out to eat, I started to when I began dating because it would have been weird for both of us. Not if there's an understanding already. You look like a surfer dude who's spending time on the beach. Grow it long that you don't need toilet paper anymore. What the heck? Who the heck says that? Yes, I've cut my hair in the last. I haven't cut my hair in the last 6 months, dude. That's awesome. Just want to say thanks, Dan. Part way through diagnosis process, got my next interview in the new year. All thanks to you, dude. Cheers. Regular Blues, Regulus Blues. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. I love stuff like that. Maisie Pug, how's it going? Good to have you here on the live stream. You guys are so important. Any questions? Keep them coming. We will answer them as we go here. On the Aspie World live stream. So awesome to have all you guys here. I'm loving it. I'm loving this. So eye contact. Let me know if you have any hacks that you use with eye contact, because I feel like the one that I use with the cheek and the nose isn't always effective, because sometimes people can really tell that you're doing that. Blonde Majesty, hey, how's it going? Good to have you here. Harold and Kumar, cool to have you here. So, you know, it's not always a good hack. So sometimes I'll be looking at somebody's cheek and stuff, and they'll realize that I'm looking at their cheek, and they'll try and force like eye contact, and that's really weird. I find it just like, dude, I'm not gonna make eye contact. Just chill. Merry Christmas. 7 days to go. 7 days to go until Christmas. Oh my goodness. Have all of you guys had all your Christmas shopping done? Look between the eyes. What do you mean? So the ridge of the nose? Avoid eye contact at all costs. Yeah. Cough. Discord. Cough. Cough. Oh, if anybody's really interested, we're running a Discord right now. The Aspie World Discord link is in the description of any of my videos. And also, you can get it through the Facebook group. I actually pinned an announcement there with the link to the Discord. So if you want to chat, hang out with the community manager and the community on Discord, please do that. The Aspie World is on Discord. Cough. Cough. Okay. Looking at something that we were talking about. Not entirely sure what that question is. How long did it take you to get a diagnosis of autism with a girl? It's more difficult to get an autism with a girl at the moment because of the fact that the industry is set up mainly for males and diagnosing males, which is obviously super biased and it's stupid because it's wrong. But it usually takes, I could take anywhere from maybe 2 months to a year. I do eye contact for like 5 to 6 seconds and look away for like a second. Yeah, I've tried that as well. That makes me super uncomfortable as well. And then they think you're being weird, and that doesn't end well. Hey Dan, I remember a few months ago in a live stream, something was mentioned about Asperger's and sugar, and I didn't know if there was something about autism and sugar. I avoid any sugar, to be honest with you. This has got agave syrup in it. This thing I'm drinking right now is a whole earth organic sparkling cola made with natural ingredients. It doesn't have caffeine in it. It doesn't have sugar in it. It's just got agave syrup, which is like a plant nectar, which is quite sweet. Okay, it's a sugar as in the form of like it's a sugar, but it's not like bleached cane sugar. I react differently to this. I don't get as hyperactive. I do get kind of hyperactive, but not as hyperactive as if I'm eating sweets or like drinking actual soda pop, as probably Alex has found out. Lulu Natty, Ross joined. Wow, there's some really interesting names there. I'm getting diagnosed at the moment. Ah, yeah, it's crazy, but best of luck with that. Does ADHD automatically go with Asperger's syndrome? That's a great question. I've done a collaboration video which will be released in January with How to ADHD, which is a channel all about ADHD, and we talk about this as well. It is very common to have it comorbidly with Asperger's syndrome, but not every single person who has Asperger's has ADHD. Excuse me. Agave reacts the same body as sugar. Yes, in the form, agave syrup acts like sugar in the body, which is basically a carbohydrate, and that's how your body changes it down to maltase. Yes, it does have the same effect as a sugar to carbohydrate ratio, but with bleached cane sugar for some reason sends me off the charts. Is it common for Aspie traits to get better or worse? Generally speaking, Aspie traits get worse as you go older. Which that's the trend, right? I mean, look, it may waver, but that's the current trend. My son has ADHD and Asperger's and is now going through diagnosis for dyslexia. I actually have dyslexia as well. Dyslexia was the first diagnosis I had way back in like the 90s, which is crazy. And I have like a huge dyslexia form, which is quite interesting to read. And maybe I'll share that one day with everybody. I mainly look at hands when I talk to people. That's interesting. I look at their shoes a lot. That's really weird, isn't it? Is that weird? I don't know. Is it weird? Maybe it's weird. Talk about people with autism selectively eat certain foods. Yes, we will get onto that in a minute. Some traits get better, others get worse. Yeah, I would say that's very good. How's the melatonin going? The melatonin's going pretty well. Actually, it goes so well that when I take the melatonin, I've done the idiot decision of taking the melatonin halfway through the day because I just like wanted to eat the sweet, and then I get really, really sleepy, and then like it has a catapult effect because then I'm sleepy during the day, and then a bit of the night, but then I'm really tired because I really need to sleep, but I can't because I've been up all the day. It's going okay. Thursday's video is all about sleeping again, and mattresses and stuff like that. And that's a really cool, fun video sponsored by Simba Mattress, and that's gonna be a really fun one. I've wanted to do that for a long time. Also, guys, this is something I want to ask you. Okay, I didn't know this, but I was doing a collaboration video with a girl called Charles Davis from an MTV show called Just to Two of Us, and she has autism, and she's done quite a bit of advocacy online and stuff about it. And we did a collaboration video which will be out again in the new year, probably the end of January. She said something quite fascinating. She said that one of her symptoms is selective mutism, right? So, and I said, well, I don't think I've never experienced selective mutism. But then I was like, oh no, I have. I really have experienced this. So when Nomi used to get really annoyed at me because I'm quite hyperactive and jumpy about, and I do all kind of crazy stuff. And then we'd go to her mum's house for like a family house for like dinner and stuff like that. And I'd get there and there'd be loads of people there, like her sisters and sisters' boyfriends and her brother-in-law and stuff would be there. And then I'd be sitting down, and then I'd go really, really quiet, and then just kind of just not say anything. So no one would be like, dude, you were like super hyperactive before coming here, and now you're like here, you're just miserable. And she thought that like I don't like her family, or I didn't want to talk to them, which isn't the actual thing that's going on there. I just don't know why, but I just felt like there was no need for me to speak at all. And so yeah, that was really interesting. So I think this is how Charles said she experienced selective mutism, because in certain situations you become mute, which is like you don't talk and stuff. Has anybody had experience with this? I'd love to know. Put it in the comment section below if you're watching on the replay, but if you're watching right now live, put it into the chat. CL Burgess 83, hey fellow Aspie here, how's it going? Good to have you here. Lovely have all these love hats on here. How can you not get stressed out as much because of school? Planning your day and making sure you stick to routines is the best way to do it. I have that every single day. Peter Rath, thank you for that. My daughter selective mutism. Yeah, my son is very hyper at home, but whenever we go to places, he's chill and never hear him. Very interesting. Me too. Hi Dan, love your videos. Hey, how's it going? NT Personista. Hey Dan, when will you do a video with Alex? Jess, I actually have I have 2 videos coming out. Me and Alex went to LA to do VidCon, and we did a lot of filming, and I haven't been able to edit down those videos to make a proper consistent vlog yet, but I'm going to, because I've learned loads of new skills and ways of editing video way better. So there are going to be more fun vlogs coming, because I'm going to do 2 vlogs a week starting in January, as well as my weekly info videos. All the time, people think I don't talk till you get to know me and I get more comfortable. That's really interesting. I've definitely experienced selective mutism though. I don't know the word for it at first. Okay. I wish I had friends on the spectrum. Well, look, you're part of the Aspie World family, man. We're all friends here. This is cool. And if you want to chat to us, you also have to get us on Discord and Facebook. The Aspie World Superheroes Facebook page group is in the link in the description of this video, and it's all about support and hanging out with people. It's cool. When were you diagnosed with autism? I was diagnosed with autism on the 23rd of June 2013. I have selective mutism in social situations. My son does too, especially when upset. Yeah, I can understand that. I'm looking forward to those videos. Thank you. That's awesome. I wonder if traits get worse after school, college, because when you're forced into a situation. Yes, it does. Okay, so Natasha's what she said in her question, or in her little statement there, is that basically, if someone is masking all day in like school, in a school environment, and trying their hardest all day, they'll come home and they'll just crash. They'll just crash out straight away because they're so overwhelmed by all of that. So I think that there's definitely something there that you need to work on, kind of being more of yourself. There's this thing called guerrilla stimming, I think it's called, where you need to be yourself and stim when you're out in public, because if you don't, then you'll crash when you get home. So being yourself in more and more in public situations will help you to the greatest succession. That's super awesome. Okay, so the next thing I'll talk about here is social skills. A lot of people with Asperger syndrome have difficulty with social skills, and what this is, it's not just like having friends and stuff, because that is a difficulty as well for some people, but it's knowing social conventions that are kind of like unwritten like rules that we all know apparently through social situations, and Hi Dan, to Noah. I tweet you all the time. You follow me on Twitter as an Aspie. I'm stressed out easily because I work at McDonald's and it's stressing me out. Look, stress is horrible. I did a video all about how to de-stress, so please check that out on my channel, and that should help you. There's some hacks in there for how to not get so stressed. Baby Muramon, hi, how's it going? Hey, how's it going, everybody on Instagram? So basically, social skills is stuff like, you know, hand gestures and knowing when it's your turn to talk and what to talk about, and if you say yes to a decision, if you say no to a decision, all this kind of these rules that are supposed to have been learned through the, like, just growing up and knowing people and being in social situations. This stuff is kind of missed with Asperger's syndrome because the part of the brain that deals with communication is affected neurologically by the condition of an autism spectrum condition. So this is compromised. Heather Chapman, how's it going? Hello, good to have you here. I cannot understand fiction story novels unless they are young children. I'll tell you what I have a problem with. When Nomi tells me a story, she said, "Hey, I came to the swimming class today with our baby or whatever," and then she said, "I went down this corridor, spoke to this person." I have no idea what she's talking about. She could tell me 100 things, the story she did, and I just have no idea. I can barely understand what she's saying because I'm trying to process what she's saying and think about the actual physical situation she's in, and it's weird. Like, I can't visualize what she's talking about. It's weird. Hey Dan, speaking as an autistic person with an audio processing delay, sometimes you talk a little too fast for me to keep up with, but I love watching anyway. Captions would help though. Shauna, all my videos are going to be captioned from 2019 onwards. Every single video will have closed captions. My apologies for my speed in speaking. I actually have ADHD, and it makes me talk super fast. Kayla Louise Ill, thank you so much. That's an amazing comment. Yeah, so it makes me talk really fast. So I do apologize for that. I went to get a tooth pulled yesterday. Being in the spectrum, I worked myself up too much and blacked out for like 1 to 2 minutes after it was already done and all stressed out. Yeah, do you know what I actually did? I actually take pills when I go to the dentist because of that same reason. I get myself worked up so much and I can't even go, and it's crazy. Ashley Bloth, I can't say your last name. I don't know how to say that. Dyslexia doesn't rule. Ashley is really funny. She's on the Discord, so everyone go check out Discord and connect with everyone. It's awesome. Does Asperger's cause one to have a short temper? Well, I do have a terribly short temper, but I don't know if it's Asperger's. Do you watch Invisible Eye? No, I don't. I do know her personally, though. When are we going to finish watching Lego Batman? That is a very fair comment, Alex. I think we watched... Where were we? Were we in Spain? Were we in America? Where were we? Where were we watching Lego Batman? On a plane. We were watching Lego Batman on a plane. We were 42,000 feet in the air. Somewhere over like Iceland watching Lego Batman. It was one of the best experiences of my life because I actually bought Alex some sweets and crisps and stuff as we were like flying really high. I was like, Alex, just some sweets. Like the woman came around with like a trolley dolly, and I was high on drugs because I take diazepam to go on when I travel because social anxiety gets like way too much. So Alex comes with me and he's kind of like my guy, and he like helps me do all the stuff. But then I take these medication drugs to kind of overcome the anxiety so I can actually do stuff. And so I was just like loving life. I like whapped out the credit card. We were sitting there. We had like, you know, drinks on the go. We had like crisps and stuff. And by drinks I mean like soda pop, no alcohol. So it was really cool. So Alex, to answer your question, probably when we're flying to the USA in the new year, we'll probably watch Lego Batman on the plane now. Let's do that. Dan, Scooter Mania. I want to know why routine is broken that I feel like I want to rage and cry. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. We're talking about loving routines. Okay, so people with Asperger's syndrome love routine, and the reason for this is because routine is comfortable, and that repetitive notion is almost like a physical act of stimming. So stimming, like you like flap your hands, or you like flip your fingers, or you do something, or you rub your hands together, and that repetitive notion is really calming. It's called self-soothing, and stimming is short for self-stimulatory behavior. And this notion can be actually laid out into physical, real-world actions. And what I mean by that is getting up, having that same cup, drinking the same tea at the same time, wearing the same clothes, eating the same meal, eating the same like snacks, like doing all the same things every single day. All of that stuff is a stim, a real-world stim, which is like real-life stuff. Excuse me, I'm trying to learn all... Hey, do you plan on making a video about UFOs? Yes, and yes. I do plan on making a video about UFOs on my specific interest because you guys have asked for it. So I'm gonna make a video on conspiracy theories and UFOs and stuff. The stuff that I'm really, really into. So cool. How was it deciding to become a father? Did you have any worries about changing routine? Oh yeah, totally. And yeah, totally. All those concerns. There was loads of concerns. Does any of the merch have labels? Alex, I'm not entirely sure what you're saying there. My merch. So I have some special merch out, which is a bit more expensive because it's like detagged. There's no labels and stuff on it. Called Lightning Bolt, and you can get it on my website, theaspieworld.com. And whilst we're here talking about stuff like that, if you guys want to, I have a podcast out called We Are Autism, and you can get that on any podcast provider. Just go to anything, Spotify, Apple, Google, whatever, and go to your podcast kind of app and just type in We Are Autism, and you'll find me doing weekly podcasts on Asperger's and autism. Highly recommend checking that out. I also have a private secret podcast specifically for Patreon members who pay $3 a month to support this channel. They get access to a separate feed of information on Patreon, and they also get access to the secret podcast. And the secret podcast is where I talk about more medical stuff to do with Asperger syndrome and autism, and I will be interviewing coming up in January, interviewing people like occupational therapists and other types of therapists to do with autism and Asperger's to help people, and that is going to be super awesome. I think it's going to be very, very helpful because I want to give high quality information to you guys. So if you want to support me, you can go to patreon.com / the Aspie World, and you can then go and actually get a you can actually like support me on any level. There's also a secret vlog, which is a video I upload every week to the channel as well. So that's cool, and that's only for Patreon supporters as well. I know when you start to work, you notice autism more because you test your limits. Has stinking ever missed with your routine? It has with me. I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Totally, my son has to have his breakfast, dinner, and tea, even going to bed, all at the same time, even every day. Otherwise, he tends to have a breakdown. Yeah, right. So, mum life. That's very, very common. Do autism tendencies amplify when you have kids? Maybe. I'm gonna do a video on becoming a parent, like father with autism. Look at that. There you go. There's a new channel. Dan, have you experienced synesthesia? Yes, indeed. Synesthesia. Kind of. I have this thing where I think about the days of the week and the months of the year in color. So they're color in my mind. I can't. That's hard to explain. I don't know why, but they are in color. Our daughter loves routine. She has had the same one since she was 3. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. She came to a routine going that well. Dan, can you comment on YouTube? Nice Peter from Epic Rap Battles of History using an autistic demon as an insult to PewDiePie. Huh. That's weird. Let me get on that. Maybe I should comment on that. You've probably answered this at one point. How long did it take for you to get an Asperger's diagnosis? It took a few months, maybe about 8 to 9 months. Definitely 8 to 9 months solid. Yeah. A synesthesia is where your brain confuses the communication stimuli input from sound to color, and that's the premise of it. Oppositional deficit disorder. Do you believe that there is ODD, or is it a mask for anxiety? I'm not sure. I've never come across that before. It's a good question. Dan, I find it hard to express myself, and I can show anger better than anyone other. I can show anger better than any other emoji. Okay, so that's very common with Asperger syndrome. Is that like anger is their like number one thing, and it's because not having the ability to really act on emotions, you'll get like either super upset or super angry. And they're like kind of like that's it. Or like super happy as well. But I mean like the negative ones are just those two. Okay, so can you please turn up your volume? Thanks. Is this not loud enough? Is anybody having an issue with the volume the volume of this mic? Wow, too many questions. Seeing sound, taste and color, etc. Would love to hear your input on the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki. I haven't heard that for a long time. I'm not going to talk about the Anunnaki here. There is the Anunnaki. If anybody's watching this, there's a guy called I think his name was like Chito. There was a guy. There was a Zulu tribe leader called like Chito Muto. I can't remember his name now, and he kind of came up with the Anunnaki. He was the guy who coined the term, and he was great. He's dead now, unfortunately, that guy, because he was so old. But anyway, it's to do with like aliens and Illuminati and stuff like that. So I will be doing a video on that. Don't worry about it. Okay, so that's really weird how the mic is a bit quiet. I do apologize. Let me see if I can turn this up for you guys. Okay, I'm just gonna try and turn this up so nobody go crazy. Okay, let's try and do this a little bit. Okay, is this any better? Let me know if it's any better. I can try and this might be a little better. There you go, better. Is it getting better? There we are. Look, if it's not better, I do apologize. Tagged you in a screenshot on Instagram, Dan. Yes, I know. I can't, for some reason on Instagram it doesn't show me the screenshot, it just shows me with a tag. When I click on the tag, it just goes through and shows me my own name, so I can't actually get to the post. Can you have borderline intellectual functioning and Asperger's? Probably. Anyone, what could I do with a friend who makes me feel bad about myself? Get rid of them and get a new friend, an actual friend. Alex, thank you. I really appreciate that comment. Can autism come obsessed with things easy? Yes, absolutely. Dan, thank you. Okay, you're welcome. I have a question. Okay, questions, fire away. I'm going to move on to the next thing because, yeah, I don't want to run out of time before going to talk about all the things. Okay, taking things literal. This is very, very common with Asperger's syndrome. So my friends love this one because they make up all kinds of stuff. So the guys in my band, they always make up jokes about things and tell me that they're real, and then I believe them for ages because I take things very literal, and then they're not real. So once they told me that the tom-tom drums were actually called tomules, and then they had been going for ages until I googled it and realized that they weren't. And then they also told me a music promoter's wife was called Jang Harad because his name was Fozzie, and we know a guy called Rozzy, and Rozzy's girlfriend was called Angharad, and this Fozzie guy had a wife, and so they said that her name was Jang Harad, and I was like, well, this is crazy, they sound so similar but different. Anyway, taking things literal, super big trait. This is definitely one to tick off on the Asperger's list. So if you know somebody who's taking things literal, if you're taking things literal and you're watching this thinking, hey, do I have Asperger's syndrome, this is definitely one of those things. Okay, so we have a few more to get through, and I'll try and take some comments. I've just become a Patreon at the Aspie World. Yay! DJ, you are totally awesome. I just love it. I just love the fact that we can we can build a community on Patreon. So if anyone wants to come and support me, if you feel like you want to support this channel and you want to like just get more content from me, which isn't available anywhere else on the internet, go to patreon.com/the Aspie World and sign up and pledge, and I don't know, it just be awesome. I just love it. I love having a secret community. Yeah, Dan, I love you. Justin, thank you very much. Dan, have you ever had trouble being creative? No. Oh, my son freaked out because he was sick. Do you believe in Santa, that Santa has autism? I did not realize that until now. I did share a post about it. That was quite interesting. How do I explain abstract thought in lateral sense? Jesus, that's a loaded question. I have no idea. I've heard that a lot of autistic people have difficulties understanding sarcasm because they're taking things literal. So yeah, so sarcasm is a difficult one. Dan, you're so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, all the way from the USA, Dallas, Texas. What's up, goofballs? Okay. Nobody's a goofball. Everyone calm down. Okay, so let's get back to the list. Where am I? Why am I in the... Okay. I don't like to approach people because my walk and movement coordinate is horrible AF. Yeah, do you know what? I have to like practice. I practice my walk because I get like super like clumsy and I fall over and stuff. What is a statement? A statement is a formulation of words that you put out in a sentence, in a short sentence, that to justify something or say something. Are girls able to detect, recognize sarcasm in boys? Probably, I would say maybe, yeah. I've always had to have things in a certain way, if not how I want it makes me sad and angry. Yeah, definitely. So that's being like peculiar. So I want to move on to the other things we're going to talk about because it's so dope. Okay, anybody who wants to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. I follow every single person back. So if you go to instagram.com/theaspieworld, or just type in the Aspie World on your Instagram app, follow me. I'll follow you right back. Building Instagram right now. Love it. I put short little videos on there every week. So definitely check that out. Also, if you want to get me on Twitter, I do daily posts on Twitter and all kinds of stuff. Sharing some really good content on Twitter. I'll follow you right back. So go to twitter.com/theaspieworld, or just type in the Aspie World on Twitter. Go on there, follow me, I'll follow you back. And also on Facebook, I do daily videos on Facebook. Not a lot of people know this. So if you go to facebook.com/theaspieworld, you can follow me on there, give the page a like, and turn those notifications on. I do daily videos on Facebook. So if you want more content from me, you know what to do. Get on that podcast, get on the Patreon, get onto Instagram, get onto Twitter, get onto Facebook. It's awesome. Does ASD cause a reduction in anxiety because I'm the only one I know who doesn't care what other think of me? I wouldn't say so. I would say that it actually causes more anxiety, but you may have found a workaround. You are awesome, Dan. Thank you for answering. Hey, you're welcome. Okay, cool. I do a lot of Facebook. You need to get on that Facebook, facebook.com/theaspieworld. You guys know what to do. The Aspie World on all social media platforms. I'm everywhere. Snapchat, everywhere. Just get on there. Follow me, man. I love it. I love building community. Dan, your search for inspiration. Thank you. Oh, thank you, man. Okay, so hyperfocus. This one's really interesting. So hyperfocus is a trait and on the checklist, and you just check that off. So hyperfocus is when somebody gets very, very focused on something. And it's kind of like, a lot of people think it's called zoning out, but it's not. It's actually like zoning in, hyperfocusing. For someone with Asperger's syndrome, maybe getting super into something and like get really staring at it, and they'll get really into it. And people could be calling their names for ages, like, hey, Dan, Dan, Dan. And then like, I could just not hear them because I'm hyper focusing on this thing. That is very common. And actually in children who are younger and getting, originally diagnosed with autism, they think that the children may actually be deaf because they're not responding to their names. They're not responding to other kind of verbal stimuli because they're hyper focusing on things. And hyper focusing when you're a kid is way more common, because way more often, because you haven't really learned anything else yet, so you're just hyper focusing on all these things. Very, very interesting. And I find that just fascinating, that people get diagnosed with being deaf before like getting diagnosed with autism. It's crazy. Okay, so I'll take another question. Dan, have you heard of Aspergers and the CX network? If so, what are your thoughts? Never heard of any of those things. I got tested today, and thank you to know I now know more about Asperger's. That's awesome. Thank you. What about hearing the person calling your attention, but you are zoned in? Not experienced that. Is it when you stare at a light or an object abnormally long? Because I do that. Yeah, kind of. I like your beard. Thank you very much. The beard is lovely. It's a bit long at the moment, a bit tatty. It's a bit gross. And somebody said that one side doesn't match the other. It does match, but it's just that one side has an unusual pattern and the other one has like a straightforward pattern. I don't know. I don't want to talk about my beard. Our daughter hyperfocuses on everything. They thought she was deaf. See? Told you. See, this is so common. It's crazy how they think people are deaf, and then they go, oh, they may be deaf, and then you'll go to like a hearing specialist and a language specialist, and they'll be like, oh no, shoot, it's autism. Sorry. It's crazy. I don't know why this happens. I think we need to be looking at the early stage of diagnosis properly. I talk to myself a lot. Do you do this? Yes, I do. Just learning pathological demand advance as my 16 son. Autistic live stream based in LA. Ah, that's interesting. No, I don't. But can you send me like a tweet with their link or something? Dan, has you Asperger's ever gotten you into big trouble? Maybe. Yeah, actually. So I was always invited out to like parties and stuff with my friends growing up, being a young male, and I had a handful of friends and they'd all invite me out to parties, and I didn't like going to the parties, so I drink alcohol to go there, because otherwise, again, the alcohol was allowing me to go in these social situations because it would get rid of the anxiety a little bit, and I don't like alcohol anyway. So I went there and I would just become stupid, like on alcohol. I mean, literally stupid. Like I just do stupid things. Like I wouldn't know how to social boundaries gets even worse. So like I just tap people on the head, trying to get their attention. I do all kinds of stuff, and those people kind of it got into loads of trouble. So I kind of stay away from all that stuff. And I don't drink alcohol anymore. I haven't drunk alcohol in like 10 years or more. So it's crazy. Hi there, Mrs. Thepmani. Hi, I found you from TikTok. No way. Sarah Plus 3X. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Yeah, I post on TikTok every single week a little video. So thank you for coming over from TikTok. It's amazing. Chris Wiley joined. How's it going? Not one for parties, too loud. Oh, I don't like parties at all. Any thoughts on electronics gaming addiction? I love electronics and gadgets. Gadgets are my thing. I have 3 iPhones. I have 2 iPads. I have, until recently, I had 3 MacBooks. I got 2 MacBooks now. I just love gear. I love technology. Love stuff. I'd buy every single gadget in the world. I got an Alexa here. I love it. Apple TV. Got 2 Apple TVs. Come on. Okay, cool. So the other one, okay, sensory issues. So another Asperger trait, very, very common one, is sensory issues. Now, sensory issues are things like, textures of food, it could be textures of clothing, it could be the sound, light, touch. All these things are sensory issues, and sensory issues are very, very common. Like sensory processing disorder, SPD, very common with people with Asperger syndrome. Yeah, I'm verified. I have the Autism fam. You're verified on TikTok. That's pretty awesome. Sarah, send me a DM. I'd like to talk to you a bit more about TikTok because I'm trying to learn more about it and how it works. So if you have any tips, I'd love to talk to you. So please send me a DM on here. So let's talk. And I'll follow you back if I haven't already. So sensory issues. I have loads of sensory issues. I did a video on sensory processing disorder and hacks of how to overcome sensory processing disorder in my video I did last week or the week before. My 2 sons have ASD. Oh, that's awesome. And I have so many sensory issues, and this is very, very common. All textures similar to velvet make me want to roundhouse kick a wall. Yeah, I'll do you, no problem. Awesome, thank you, Sarah. Alex, do you know, that's not the first time I've heard somebody say that almost identical sentence to me this week. I have tinnitus, but I hear things in the background even when they're not actually there. I love driving my bicycle over empty countryside routes. That's awesome. Do you find that your special interests change over time? Yeah, absolutely. I'll talk about special interests in a minute. We're going to get to that. Just let me... Oh, I've lost my little list. DM you. Okay, thank you. Thanks for DMing me. I find it interesting that SPD can vary so much with myself. The SPD is fascinating. You can actually overcome some of the issues. Okay, you can't cure them, you can't get over them, but you can actually overcome them to an extent using proprioception techniques, which I do share in a video that I did on SPD 2 weeks ago. When have a texture problem, it can burn on my skin, but there is nothing on my skin. That's fascinating. Is it normal to feel like no one understands you, and does autism run in families as 2 brothers? It's normal to feel like nobody understands you, yes, and autism, yes, does run in the family, because the closest link they found is that it's genetically inherent, so you can actually, it's passed through genetics. Does anyone have a problem with strong fragrances because I find them annoying? Yes, me. Can't stand it. Can't stand people's perfume, cologne. It just, like, get it out of my face. No, thank you. No. Anyone who's obsessed with bodybuilding would like to be a huge and strong, would like to compete. Ronald, I did a podcast. My uncle is a world champion bodybuilder. He's a world champion. He got, obviously #1 title, world champion bodybuilder. His name is John Morgan Jones, and he achieved that when he was 70 years old. Yeah, 70 years old. Crazy. Thank you. My tattoos. Oh, you can see my tattoos on the screen a bit more. Yeah, I love tattooing, actually. I love tattoos. I find it crazy therapeutic. Off topic, but Discord has a request for new merch. Our requests are Dan cardboard cutouts and Alex elf on the shelf dolls. We want to do a where in the world is Dan and Alex photo journey. What the heck? Ashley, can you DM me? That sounds hilarious. Anyone in this stream have paranoia? No, I don't have paranoia. Hi Dan. Hi Louise. How's it going? Good to have you here on this live stream. The worst problem is that body odor that people may not have taken a bath in a week or so. Oh man, I can't stand uncleanliness. Now this is interesting because some people with like what they dub as classic autism or just autism have issues with trying to keep on top of personal hygiene because it's last in their to-do list basically. But for me, being on the spectrum and being an Asperger syndrome, I'm obsessed with wanting to be clean, if that makes sense. So as weird as that sounds, like it's fascinating how it's divided. I'm actually going to do a video on Asperger's versus autism, because a lot of people want to know the difference and stuff like high functioning autism. So I'm very interested in doing that. Has the volume of auditory stimuli ever fluctuated? I've volume randomly to you. Not entirely sure what you mean. How's your day been, Dan? My day's been awesome. I've been poorly. Randall, you stop pulling stuff out of the bin. My dog's crazy. Just pull stuff out of the bin. And whenever I'm on a live stream, he's like, no, come here, come on. He just pulls stuff out of the bin. Crazy. Do you want to say hi to everybody, Randy? Come here. Whoop. There you go. Say hello, world. Hello, Randy. Say hello to everybody. Say hello. Say on the mic. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Randy. I know I love you. Love you so much. I put a picture of Randy on Instagram. That's another reason why you need to go to Instagram. Double hit that IG. Yeah, just go to Instagram. Check out the picture I just put up of Randy. Okay, yeah, he's had enough. He's had enough cuddles. Oh, Randy, now I'm covered in dog hair. Dang it. This is crazy. And now I look like, what the... Anyway, right, it looks like I work on a dog rescue centre. Cute dog. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, that's Randy. He's awesome. Go to my Instagram and follow me. I'll follow you right back. Give the picture of Randy a double tap. Like, give it some love. I just uploaded it. It's awesome. It's a cool picture. I took it in the summer when we were at the beach. It's awesome. Okay, cool. So, moving on. How was in the middle thing? Okay, special interests. So, Asperger's Traits, special interest. This is a huge one. This is why... somebody asked earlier about like my UFO interest and stuff. I have super special interest, and yes, special interests can vary. You can have one special interest, then another one, and you can also drop them very quickly. So you can have one interest and drop it, and another interest and drop it. But you'll always have like super strong ones. So right now, I'm really interested in SEO and marketing, which is search engine optimization. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough of the numbers and the graphs. I'm obsessed with it. Fight Club, huge obsession of mine. UFOs and conspiracy theories, massive obsession of mine. Electronic skateboarding was quite an obsession of mine. I still have electronic skateboards. I haven't done it for a while because the weather's been a bit poor. But collecting toys, another special interest of mine. And I just love like things like flipping, right? So I don't know if you know what flipping is. Flipping is where you go to a garage sale or a car boot sale and you buy stuff for cheap, or like a charity shop or whatever, and then you find stuff that is of high value and you buy it cheap and then you sell it on eBay for a profit. I love that. I absolutely I'm obsessed with it. And then I found a guy on the internet called Gary Vaynerchuk who also is obsessed with it, which is amazing. So it's nice to see other people are obsessed with this as well. Sorry, my nose is really itching. My beard really itches my nose, and I've got a cold right now. Sorry, I'm just trying to read some questions here. My special interest is writing poetry. My son is extremely irritable. How do I help him with it? He want to know counselling. He's 11. Do I make him just want to help? You can't force somebody to go to therapy. It will help if you could get them there. But another thing that I will say is that he's obviously irritated by something. It could be sensory stimuli. It could be the clothing. It could be the food he's eating in school. It could be the routine of school, the lighting in school. Why don't you have him draw out a picture of all the things that irritate him? Because a lot of people find it hard to actually verbally express those things. So if you draw a picture, that might help. Flipping in America is usually about houses, which is cool. I have a special interest, but mainly right now, I love Newt Scamander, who is now can only autistic, so that's rad. My son loves numbers and ABCs and has amazing memory and will type in what he's looking for on YouTube. Yeah, that's awesome. I love stuff like that. Getting right into that obsession. It's amazing. And let them do it as well. It's amazing. I love flipping. Ashley, we're going to be like BFFs. I found a rain stick. It's awesome. That's awesome. Daughter loves FNAF MLP, collecting strange objects. Yeah, love this. My son was kicked out of school last month. He's 16. Dang it, that's not good. Obsessions, Pokemon. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Pokemon. I actually learned pretty much all the Pokemon in the Pokedex up to like 101. I think I remembered all their names, and then I just forgot about it because it's kind of superfluous information. And I always feel like I can stop thinking about things to then make way for new things, which is really bizarre thing to say, I know, but that's how my brain works. So so my special interests have always been though like about UFOs, aliens, and stuff like that. I just love that stuff. I loved it, and like a thing about special interest, it's like it's not just okay, I'm interested in this thing, I'll read about it. It's like no, you have to read every single thing you can get your hands on about it. You have to like watch every single video that you can about it. You have to just completely dive into it and just submerge yourself in it and just constantly learn. Like I can't find enough information on SEO for YouTube. Like literally I've watched every video I can on it and I just love it. I wish there was more content on it, and I've even made my own. When I was in LA I made my own content on that. So I just absolutely love stuff like that. I got obsessed with collecting baseball cards once, and we don't have baseball cards here in the UK, so I had to buy some from America, and it's kind of like, but yeah, that was kind of cool. I got obsessed with fitness once, and then it got me to being way more of a healthier person, and then I got obsessed with like refining good food and organic food and the benefits of that stuff. I love that. Are infuriated by the internet thinking all people with ASD are stupid. I don't believe that's a fact because this channel is here and it's awesome. We're all amazing. So my baby is 4 months old. Thank you for asking, BBMC's World. Hi Dan, I've just been diagnosed and I'm 52 years old. It's a weight off my shoulders now, I know. You see, that's amazing. I love hearing that. Thank you so much. And you know, I have so many thank you letters that I need to put up somewhere. Maybe I'll put them on the wall behind me from you guys who send me letters saying thank you so much for helping me. And I live for that stuff. I live for the fact that I can help somebody achieve something, and I love it. So thank you so much for sharing those stories with me. You guys are amazing. I'm obsessed with Hot Wheels cars. Hot Wheels cars are amazing. I actually have a couple of Hot Wheels cars somewhere from like the 80s, and they're not big ones. I bought them for flipping, but I made a mistake. They weren't too big. So if I can find them, you know, tweet me, Justin. You can have them. One of them's like from the 80s, and the other one's from like the 90s. So that's kind of cool. Do you feel like you have to learn everything about stuff before you can buy it? Yes, 100%. Hi, are you interested that much in sport? No, not really. You are helping me figure stuff out. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm losing my list here. Okay, so the last thing we'll talk about is not getting jokes. Now, taking things literally, I spoke about earlier, and not understanding jokes like sarcasm and other kind of jokes. So people will tell me jokes, and you know, so this is a huge trait. Yes, DM me on Instagram. So this is a huge trait with autism. Okay, so if you have Asperger syndrome, typically a big checklist tick off their trait will be not getting jokes, where someone will tell you a joke and they'll tell you the joke and then they'll be like, huh, get it? Like this morning, Naomi said something to me. She was talking about, I don't even know what it was. It was a terrible joke. She came in and said this joke to me, almost like laughing her head off. I didn't get it. I have to have people explain jokes to me. This is how bad I am. I'm like the worst person to take to like a comedy bar. Have a great day, Dan. Gotta go. Okay, peace. Thank you so much for coming. Crazy for Disney. It depends on the joke. I think it depends on, I don't know. Mainly don't get jokes. DM'd you on Twitter about CX Dan. Gotta run off. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for all your tips. Do you recommend homeschooling for kids on the spectrum? He hates school. If it's unachievable, if you can't get him to school, then homeschooling is the next best thing. It's going to be amazing for you, yes. But if you know, mainstream school is where, if you say you're in an SEN school, the SEN schools will try and rehabilitate kids into mainstream school. So the achievable goal is to try and get everybody into mainstream school because it's best for them socially and interact with friends in a better way and all this kind of stuff. So homeschooling would take that ability away. So what I would say is that if you are going to homeschool, then up the kind of social activities, like if you can take them to like social clubs, or you can take them to like I don't know, like after school gym classes, and I don't know, just stuff like that, so they interact with other people. I think that's the best way around it. Jokes are clever spin on something. Do you get puns though? Because I don't get other jokes but love puns. When I hear a word, I will link other words to it to make a pun. Heh. I don't understand what you're saying. I'm really sorry. I have an obsession with The Flash and HTTYD. How to Train Your Dragon. Oh, I have. The Flash is amazing. It's a great TV show. Dan, did you the part of our brain that allows us to comprehend our surrounding is the reason I have stereotypes? Not sure. Can you talk about CBD? I have spoken about CBD oil. I made a video on CBD oil, which is on my channel. So if you type in like Aspergers and CBD or Aspergers and cannabis oil, you'll see my video on that, which is pretty awesome. My daughter is homeschooled and we created our own curriculum. That's amazing. That's amazing. I like puns. Where does one go to get a dyslexia diagnosis? I haven't figured out where to look. A schooling body can probably do it. Like a professional school, like a college, university, school, they can probably do the test for dyslexia. But you could probably find an organization online that will probably test and give you a diagnosis. As long as they're accredited body by an official accredited body, then you don't be paying like Uncle Joe's workshop down the road for it. Homeschooling for kids with autism. My son hates school. Do you know what? I didn't really like school when I was growing up. It was horrible, and school's a difficult one. It's a tough one, because like you're forced into a situation. You're like a round peg in a square hole. It's never going to happen, is it? Like, come on. So I just want to say that I think you guys are amazing. I'm going to do a thank you video. Well, I've done it. I'm just editing it down now, which is going to be thank you to 2018. We went from 13,000 subscribers to 65k almost, just hitting 65k this week. Crazy. I love it. This is an amazing time. Like, we've grown this channel so much, and every single one of you guys are amazing. And I just how do I cope with the baby crying? I have noise cancelling headphones by Bose, and they're amazing. And it's amazing. So next year, my goals are to be the best version of me, to work the hardest, try and win some awards, smash my competition and goals, and work harder than anybody else, make health and fitness a priority, and make some awesome content for all of you guys, and also get to 100,000 subscribers. We got to do it, man. We got to get to that 100,000 subscribers. We're on 65 right now. We've got to get to 100,000. And if you want to help me out, share this video, tell your friends, tell your mum, tell your grandparents, subscribe to the Aspie World. Do it. By doing that, it helps me out so much. You have done a lot. Thank you. That is why you have an awesome hat. Thanks. You can ask your school in the US to have testing. Yes, indeed you can. If you could do any part of 2018 again, what would it be and why? I would go back to VidCon, because it was just outrageous. Me and Alex went to VidCon 2018, back in June, and it was just amazing. It was great. We hung out with some friends. We made new friends. We were in the YouTube kind of like system. We were like hanging out and partying with YouTubers. We were doing that whole networking thing. It was just great. What a great experience, and what a great time to do it. I think now is a great time to be on the platform. It knows what it is. You know how to build it. You know how to build an audience on it. I think it's just fantastic. And YouTube are fantastic people. We met some amazing people out there. And me and Alex just had a blast, and it was awesome. We rode limousines way more than we should have done. And we had loads of free food. I mean, how cool was that? I want to bury 2018. If you're big into health and fitness, pick up How Not to Die. Oh, I've come across that before. What is going on? Tommy hates. How's it going? We are just doing a live stream, but it's about to end in about 2 minutes time. I appreciate you and your videos so much. Keep up the good work. A community is only as strong as the leader. You're awesome. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Are you planning an awesome event anytime soon, Dan? I am appearing at autumn events all next year. I'm in a lot of different ones. I'm talking at the autism shows. We're probably going to be at VidCon again. We are also appearing in just a bunch of different autism events. The best thing you guys can do is sign up to my mailing list. I'll leave a link in this chat box right now for you guys to sign up to my mailing list. If you're watching on the replay, the mailing list is in the description below. You can actually sign up to my mailing list in the description of every video. But if you sign up to this, you will get notified every single time I am doing an appearance anywhere, and you know how to get tickets or how to come and meet me, because I do talks all over the country all year round. And last time I did it, it was amazing. We had so many people come up to me and do like selfies and hang out and stuff. So yeah, let me know. Sign up to my mailing list. Honestly, that is the best way to get the best information on me, because the algorithms on YouTube and everywhere don't allow everybody to see everything straight away. Remember, if you're watching on Instagram, turn on the notifications on Instagram so you get notified every time I upload or go live. If you're watching on YouTube right now, make sure you subscribe to this channel and you turn on the notification bell, because if you don't turn on the notification bell, you'll never know when I'm going live. You'll be the first people to go there and comment, and I'll be the first people to comment I'll be talking to on the comments straight away. So do that. Make sure you do that. You coming to Florida in the USA? Yes, I'm looking to do playlists live in the US. Instagram, it's been super awesome. I will see you guys in the next live stream. Peace out. Hope everyone has a great day. And Instagram, you've been amazing. Peace. Sorry guys, Instagram is just it's just done. Okay, so just got on to the tail end. Okay, cool. I just want to thank you for being awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting me. It's amazing. Have a good evening. And you guys, again, make sure your notifications are turned on, because that would help me out so much. And if you are new around here and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, you crazy mof. Peace out. Guys, it's been amazing. I'll see you next week for a live stream, and I'll see you on Thursday for a video, and I'll see you every single day until December 25th with a video upload from Vlogmas, because this thing has been traveling with me all month to create great content for all y'all guys. But seriously, if you want to get me on a day-to-day, go on Twitter and Instagram. I'm on there every single day uploading content constantly. So go on there, follow me, I'll follow you right back. It's just the Aspie World on Instagram, it's the Aspie World. On Twitter, it's the Aspie World. Go there, follow me, turn on notifications, and I'll get back to you. Peace out, guys. Oh, need to turn the thing off. Oh, here we go. Peace.